brand owner of Higherself, and I'm a brand owner of Aaron Cooking Ital as well. We were once like that though. We lost our way though because we're very connected to nature.
Yeah.
But we lost our way through conditioning and everything else. You know what I mean? Like we go outside that's inspired other people. Do you know what I mean? That are doing all the walks and then kind of things. Now,
Yeah.
I was one of the first to do it. I'm a single dad anyway.
Yeah.
So which I get help from my mum and stuff like that as well. But because he hasn't got his mum around there, got to be there even more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So got to kind of play both roles sometimes, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I kept on going back to the doctor and just kept on chucking pills at me, take these pills. And then I looked into it and I was like, you know what? This is messing up my kidneys and that, and my liver.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at and did a bit of research on it. So I thought, you know what? I need to try something natural.
Yeah.
So I started using nettle leaf, or went plant-based, drinking a lot of herbal tea and all that, and I just found my body being a lot better. From a young age, I've seen a lot of things that I thought, this ain't right, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of things need to change.
Yeah.
Especially within our people as well. I had to go through that.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? To do what I'm doing now. To see what, like, it's even do to people as well. Do you know what I mean? Me and all them things is actually an addiction.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So your body kind of feeds for it after when you stop eating it. Yeah. And the thing about mushrooms, they're a powerful thing because the mushrooms underneath the earth, the mushroom is the motherboard.
Yeah.
So we have got kind of like something going on in the background.
Yeah.
A men's group that we're trying to form.
Yeah.
Where we help each other with all our resources. And if you've got a business, I can use your resources. So if I've got this, you can use that.
Yes, my people. So today, right, we've got a multi-talented CEO in the building today. He's got a clothing brand which is all about making people aware of their higher self, their true power, and providing good quality clothing as well. He also loves cooking. Yeah. So when we had the conversation, right, he told us about his cooking, and I've been doing some research and I've seen the Ital food that you're preparing. So you prepare food for healthy body, healthy mind, healthy soul. So today, right, we're going to have an upfront conversation, right, an in-depth conversation about building a brand, ownership, and parenting as well from a male's perspective. Yeah. And also what it means to you in terms of being your higher self. Yeah. So before we start into this, for the viewers and those that are listening to the audio version, who are you?
My name is Aaron. I'm a brand owner of Higherself, and I'm a brand owner of Aaron Cooking Ital as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. And you know what? I think you're our first clothing brand to sit on the now famous couch, and also the first cook to sit on the couch. Okay. So we're gonna go in deep. We're gonna go in deep, right? But before we go into it, right? Why is being aware of your higher self? Why is it important to you?
Why is it important to me?
Yeah.
Because it's all about being the best version of yourself, innit?
Yeah.
Being your higher self and that. Because you got your lower self and you got your higher self. And we all constantly have battles every day. Yeah. About lower self and higher self. So in a sense, you do need your lower self for yourself to grow. Yeah. But you don't go back to them lower self. Do you know what I mean? You don't go back to it. Yeah. So higher self is like your God self, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? That higher being. Yeah. Do you get what I'm saying?
And I like the brand because I've seen it, right, and we'll touch on it as we go through the episode. Yeah. But I'm starting to associate the brand with nature.
Yeah, I love nature as well. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm starting to, and when we go into it, we're going to talk about brands, right? Because it's important that the brand has an identity. Yeah. And I think you've done the way how you've marketed your brand. Yeah. It shows the identity of it. Right, that nature. But in all things, right, throughout our journey, right, we go through things in life, right, throughout our journey. Yeah. And it kind of like shapes us in terms of the things that we do in the future. So for me, right, I want to try and get a deeper understanding, right, in terms of, because I know you've had previous clothing brands,
Yeah.
but I want to try and get a deeper understanding of what's inspired that higher self.
Inspired that.
Yeah.
Because a lot of brands out there, it's all like it promotes like trap, like the trap and road and stuff like that. It's all ghetto stuff and stuff like that. It's not really doing anything positive. So I thought I need to do something positive through clothing then, because no one's really doing that, to send a positive message out there, to get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Which nobody else is doing. And that's what the people need right now.
Definitely. And especially for the young people as well. The young people definitely need something positive that they can buy into it.
Yeah.
What was the previous brand that you had?
Previous brand was Recognize Real. That's the previous brand.
Yeah.
And I did like a falling out with the last partner that I was with and that.
Yeah.
But I think everything happens for a reason anyway, because it went aligning with who I was becoming and who I was.
Yeah.
So I think it was divine how it happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think this fits me more, higher self, than Recognize Real does. Because Recognize Real was more of a roadman thing.
Yeah.
What I mean? And that's kind of people you attract with that kind of brand and that as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not to say that it's a bad thing, but that's not what I'm on anymore. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah. And starting the brand, right? How did you start it up in terms of the name and the direction of travel that you wanted to go? What was kind of like the first initial things that you was doing?
The first things that I was doing before I started this one. Yeah. Looking for a good name, just looking for a name that could be like, I don't know, like inspiring, make change and stuff like that. I was proper thinking about it, talking to God about it.
Yeah.
And then at first I was going to be like, use higher power. And then I thought, nah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And then I went through, I think, what else did I say? Higher something else. But come down to higher self. It just made more sense to me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because of what I've been through as well.
Yeah.
I've had to become a higher self.
Yeah.
Sense, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it made more sense to me.
And did you take some of that learning from the first brand? Like some of the learning?
Yeah. I
took some it from there?
Yeah. I took some of the learning from there as well. Yeah.
And what would you say was some of the key things though that you took from the first brand and said, you know what? Yeah. Because with any brand, right, what I think is that over time, right, a brand kind of like creates its authenticity. It kind of like morphs into itself and morphs into a culture.
Yeah.
But that happens over time, you see.
Yeah.
So with the previous brand, what are some of the things that you said, you know what, I'm going to implement this a little bit different for this brand?
Because I'd say like a lot of brands, they just do the same things.
Yeah.
A lot of them are similar to each other.
Yeah.
It's all the same stuff. So I thought, by bringing nature into it,
and
the spiritual aspect to it as well, it's different. It's bringing something different, and it's my personality as well.
Yeah.
So it's personality with it as well.
Yeah.
So which like it feels like it's my purpose as well, because I want to shed light on the world. To get what I'm saying, and I want to. You know what I mean? I want more light out there than dark and stuff like that. And doing it through clothing is powerful.
Yeah.
Because when people buy a higher self top and they look at a higher self, it reminds them of the higher self.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
And it's that feel good thing as well. When you buy something, right, you want to feel good. It does something to you. And I think that's why with brands, that's what brands try to do, is create a feeling for someone. Like people are buying into the feeling, not the actual person, but they're buying into that brand and how it makes them feel.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you do like with the clothes as well, do you design everything yourself, or is it like you do all the drawings, or, do you get someone to make, the tops, the T-shirts, what you've got on today?
Yeah. I've got 2 different people. About 3 different people.
Okay.
That are doing it. One of them's better at embroidering than the other one's better at print, so... Yeah. And then which one's available at the time as well.
Yeah.
So I've got 3 to play with. So but the designs, like I did the chakra hoodie.
Okay.
Yeah, I done a chakra hoodie, so that's got the chakras going up the back of the hoodie and then the crown finishing there.
Yeah.
It's got a big green sign on it. I don't know if you've seen it.
I haven't seen
Got
it.
away today, but it's rushy.
Yeah.
But and then I've got a Mansa Musa hoodie as well.
Okay.
So Mansa Musa is I brought it out for Black History Month.
Yeah.
To basically talk about who he was.
Yeah.
It's like an educational thing to show people about who he was, because with a lot of the Black history, all we taught is about oppression.
Yeah.
And about slavery and that. So I thought I got to do something different.
Yeah.
To show people that we was emperors as well, and kings and queens and then kind of things, which I want to do more of as well. To get what I'm saying.
Yeah. For me, right, with Black history, it's only my own personal view.
Yeah.
But we're creating history.
Yeah, we are creating history as well. Yeah,
right.
That's true, yeah.
And what I don't see a lot, right, is celebrating what we're doing now, right? It's important to know our history, right? And it's important to recognize, where we've come from and, promote it as well, so we know where we're going.
Yeah.
But I also think now that we need to start adding in what we're doing as well now.
What we're doing now, yeah. Because the way it's focused on negative stuff when it comes to Black history and stuff like that. So, yeah, I agree with what you're saying. You're doing a lot of powerful things right now.
Yeah. Because even with your clothing brand, that's creating history as well. Like,
that's true.
A Black man creating his own brand. You don't know where it could go to in, years to come. Yeah. And it's about documenting the journey of where you're going.
Yeah. I know, it's going. It's not even just like a brand, it's a movement as well. Yeah. Yeah, definitely a movement.
Because I've seen, right, talk to me about some of the nature stuff, because I know that you said that you really like being in nature.
Yeah, nature. Like this morning, I went up to Licky Hills and I just went for a stroll by myself. Yeah. But that, in them times, like, that's where I talk to God. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I find have peace to myself and have a walk and have a think about life and stuff and that. And nature really helps me with that. Yeah. To ground me. Yeah. Because I do a lot anyway. Yeah. So it's like downtime for me. It's like you know what I mean? Yeah. I find peace and I talk to God and I believe in like certain things like ancestors and kind of things. So I connect that way. Yeah. Ground with the trees or, you know what I'm saying? And I hold the trees. They're kind of things like that, do you know what I mean? And I hold a little meditation when I'm out there in nature as well. So that helps me a lot. You know what I'm saying? I connect a lot with nature.
And it helps with kind of like mental wellness.
Yeah, it definitely does.
In tune with your soul.
Yeah, it definitely does. Because you're away from all them frequencies and all that fun, because you're in the city and everything, it's all interruptions and stuff like that. So when you're out in nature, it's a lot more clearer. You get what I'm saying?
Do you think that we do that enough in our community? Because I see
especially
the twins.
Black people.
We don't do
it. Don't. But that's what we were once like that though. We lost our way though because we were very connected to nature. Yeah. But we lost our way through conditioning and everything else. You know what I mean? Yeah. But man, nature is powerful. It's medicine as well.
Because I see the twins doing it. Because that's where I saw some of your clothing as well. Yeah. When the twins were doing their walk, right? So they do a lot of those nature walks as well. And I saw a few people that joined them on that walk wearing the Higherself tops. Yeah. So you see, I like that. I like that movement. To be fair, it is good.
Yeah, man, it's powerful. And I did I walk a lot with We Go Outside as well. Okay. Outside too. Yeah. That's really good as well. Really good. That's a black not just for black people, but it's to get black people outside as well. It's called We Go Outside too, isn't it?
I've not
it's
saw
my brethren Marlon Patrice, it's his thing.
I haven't saw that.
Yeah.
I'll look out for it to be
look
fair.
Out for that,
So what do they do? Is it like once a week that they go out or do they arrange things?
Arrange things just like minibus and things like that.
Is it?
And I've stayed away with them and that as well. We've done like camping and stuff, took my son and that.
Yeah.
We've done a 16-hour hike we did.
Is it?
And we come back at night with torches on our head and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went up and down the mountain. We did 3 peaks, 3 peaks.
Is that like a group of people then? Like
it's like
a little group.
Yeah.
I've not heard of that. I need to look out for it because these are the things that we want to promote.
Marlon's the one that We Go Outside that's inspired other people. Do you know what I mean? That are doing all the walks and then kind of things now. Yeah. Marlon was one of the first to do it. Yeah. Man, look him up, man. Look, We Go Outside.
I'll look him up to be fair because those are the kind of things that we want to promote as well,
Yeah.
especially on this platform, is raise awareness of those things.
Yeah.
Because the more we do it in our community, the more we normalize
Yeah.
that kind of like getting back into it. As you said, we've kind of lost our way a little bit.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It's no good being indoors all the time and being in front of the TV and playing computer and all them kind of things.
Yeah.
That's just like, that's how could I put it? It's a form of conditioning in a sense, and it's a form of conditioning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it takes you away from God, if you know what I mean. So you're constantly concentrating on TV and playing computer games and all the kind of things. And in your house, you're not getting out there and experiencing life how it should be experienced. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, for me, it's good. And my son as well. I've got my son out there. He loves hiking and all them things. So it's good for the youth to get out there and that as well.
Do quite a few young people join those hikes that you go on?
Yeah. Well, my son was one of the youngest, I think. He was one of the youngest, 12 years old.
Yeah.
And he did the 12 hours with us.
The 12 hours?
Yeah.
Soldiered it out?
Yeah, he did it with us still. So, yeah, man. And he's always on it now.
Yeah.
He's always on it. He always wants to go hiking and stuff like that. So I think it's a good thing. Takes him away from the computer and then kind of things and that, get him out into nature and stuff. Do you know what I mean?
I think as well, you know what, that's very important, because as men and role models, because you're doing that with your son, it starts to become part of, you know, what he does, and he starts to enjoy it.
Yeah.
And he'll go out and do these things, and he'll take that into his adulthood, you know, even if he doesn't do it on a regular basis, but he'll take it into his adulthood as well and start doing some hikes, or, you know, anytime he's feeling a little bit down or what have you. Yeah. He'll use that for some spiritual connections, because he'll know that that's what I used to do with Dad.
Yeah. And not only that, it teaches him resilience as well, because it's challenging as well, some of the hikes. Yeah. So then kind of challenges that you go through on hikes, it's good for like everyday life as well. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, I like to test him. So when he goes, it's just like chess and them kind of things, you know what I mean? Yeah. Play chess with him as well to get his mind like, to think one step ahead. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So yeah, man.
you know, as a father, to you, right? How do you see? In fact, what is the importance of being present? Right now, not even the financial aspect. Yeah. Because sometimes in life, right, people focus a lot on finances, but in terms of with our kids, being present. How important is that for you?
Very important. Very important. Yeah. Because he hasn't like, so I'm a single dad anyway. Yeah. So which I get help from my mum and stuff like that as well. But because he hasn't got his mum around there, got to be there even more. Yeah. You know what I mean? So got to kind of play both roles sometimes, you know what I mean? Yeah. Because he needs that nurturing and that as well. Yeah. He hasn't really got a mum to give him that. So yeah, man, just do my best to get what I'm saying, but it is very important because you don't know what's going through the heads and that as well. Yeah. So always try and get into his head and say, like, if there's anything there that's wrong with you or anything you need to talk about or have a treated you in the wrong way at any point, do you know what I mean? Yeah. That connection there with them. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I think growing up with Caribbean parents and like grandparents, like they don't really connect like that. Do you know what I mean? They don't really connect like that. It's like, I'm older than you, I know more than you, and that's how it's going. Do you know what I mean? That's how it is with Caribbean parents. Well, that's my opinion anyway. Do you know what I'm saying?
You do you know what? I have this conversation with a lot of people, right? And it's the generations, right? It's a different culture, right? It's the older generation, they're set in their ways. Yeah. And then as we start moving the generation, the culture changes a little bit. Yeah. And you have that battle with grandparents and so forth in terms of they see things in their eyes, which is probably not wrong, but because society's changed, we have to prepare our kids for the changes in societies and how to maneuver in society. Because sometimes, I mean, you need the old school teaching.
Yeah, you do sometimes, yeah.
But in today's society, you still need to be able to maneuver in society. Yeah. I mean, as a single father raising a son. Yeah. What are some of the challenges that you find on, as you're going through this journey of parenthood?
Yeah.
Because we always hear it from a single mom's perspective,
Yeah.
but we don't really talk a lot about it from a single father's perspective.
Yeah. I say it's hard. It was harder when he was younger.
Yeah,
It's got easier as he's getting older now and stuff like that.
yeah.
'Cause at some point, it's like I couldn't even work and them kind of things because just to get a babysitter, and that was hard and them kind of things. So
Yeah,
yeah, man. Yeah, it's been a challenge, but it's a blessing at the same time.
yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
It's made me who I am today and stuff and that. So, and it's tested me as well.
In what in what sense? What sense?
There's patience in it.
You have to. Do you know what? That is the biggest thing. Having patience, man. That is the biggest thing, I should say.
But also, this taught me that, like, we learn off them as well. We definitely learn off them as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man. They're definitely a blessing. That's what I think people seem to think we can't learn off them because they're younger than us and we know more than them.
Yeah.
But I learn a lot off my son. Do you know what I mean? And about myself and that as well.
Yeah.
To me, that's special. Do you know what I mean? You get me? So
it's a good thing because especially when we spoke over the phone.
Yeah.
And you talked about like taking your son on hiking and being a single father.
Yeah.
Even that is inspiring. Right, especially with your clothing line, you do, you're doing a lot of things. You're doing the cooking as well. It can't be easy to juggle all that, and we hear it from a mom's perspective because we know our women. They go through this as well, and it's hard to juggle. But I think it's good to hear it from your perspective as a male, and recognizing that, as men, we're not all men that just walks out of our kids' lives and so forth, or just throws money down when, they need things. It's about that nurturing side and being that role model.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's about.
Yeah. So, the cooking.
Yeah.
Talk to me about how you started that up and why.
So with that, So to be fair, I wasn't really a meat eater anyway, like that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I was always a bit funny with meat, and that the only meat that I used to really eat was like chicken.
Yeah.
And then a bit of red meat now and again. But got to a point where my body was just coming out in hives and everything, and I was just itching. I was thinking, what's going on here?
Yeah.
My body just weren't reacting properly to food and stuff.
Yeah.
So I think it was in 2014, I had me on like some steroid tablets. I think it was like 500 mil or something like that. And that was easing it. And then it stopped easing it. So I had to take like 2.
Oh.
And then like I was taking like 1,000 mil. Then I was taking more. Then I was taking like 4.
Yeah.
And I kept on going back to the doctor and just kept on chucking pills at me, take these pills. And then I looked into it and I was like, you know what? This is messing up my kidneys and that, and my liver.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at did a bit of research on it. So I thought, you know what? I need to try something natural.
Yeah.
So I started using nettle leaf.
Nettle leaf?
Yeah, nettle leaf.
Okay.
And echinacea.
Yeah.
And what the nettle leaf did, it calmed it down a lot. I started taking the capsules to calm it down a lot, and the hives were going and everything, and the itching that was going. It was getting itching everywhere.
Yeah.
And echinacea was really good as well, because that's really good for colds and flu. So I used that with my son as well.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I found that the nettle really helped, and that just got me into other things then. Like, so what I did, I started cutting out the meat, went on to fish.
Yeah.
So I started reacting, and I was eating the fish and a bit of chicken. But then I went on to the fish completely for about a year, and I was feeling better. And then I started getting more reactions again off different fishes. I was thinking, I can't deal with this anymore. So, I went back into the nettle, went plant-based, drinking a lot of herbal tea and all that, and I just felt my body being a lot better.
Yeah.
My head being a lot clearer, not feeling slumped off eating.
Yeah.
And self-taught myself how to cook. So all that cooking that you're seeing, I self-taught myself all of that.
Is it?
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, to make the transition.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I just feel a lot better after eating. More energy.
Yeah. Skin's
better. Hardly get no asthma because from all that eating that was doing, it's building up a lot of mucus inside my body.
Yeah,
so good for my asthma and stuff like that. And X-Man, all them kind of things as well, which I had as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, running a lot better now. And I have certain things like ashwagandha, chlorella, I drink my sea moss. And I do sell sea moss tablets as well. That's another business that I've got coming in with my brethren anyway.
Sea moss tablets?
Yeah, we've got sea moss tablets and stuff like that.
Because I've only saw the gel.
Yeah, we've done the capsules, but we're just we're waiting to release that.
How does that work then? What?
So we get the powder in, and then we get a capsule maker and just.
So you make it all yourself?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. And I've been selling the juices as well, which you've probably seen on the page.
Yeah, I saw the juices. I saw the juices.
Yeah.
So when's the capsule coming then? Is that something
I've already distributed some of them to people without releasing it, but we just need to release it properly.
Yeah.
Certain things are going on with my brethren at the moment, so we can't start at the minute, but
yeah,
I think in a couple of weeks, everything should be ready.
That's because I've not saw the capsule.
Oh, you haven't seen the capsules?
No, I didn't know that they did capsules. So is it something that they do anyway, or because I normally
some people do it, but it's the easier way. Not everybody likes the gel, innit?
Yeah,
that's the thing. So I think it's a way for people just to like when they're on the move, you can just have a capsule and just go by the day.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So yeah. Because they got to get with the times, and everything's getting modern now. So it's just like it's got to make things easier for people. Everyone's fast paced, and that.
Yeah.
So it makes sense.
Where does that drive come from within you? Because like you've had the previous clothing line.
Yeah.
You've got the Higherself clothing line. You're selling the juices.
Yeah.
You know, the food.
Yeah.
Now you're doing the sea moss and now the capsules as well.
Yeah. And I do my electrical work when I can.
Is it?
Yeah. So. Yeah, I do quite a bit of a few things in that.
Where does all that drive come from?
All that drive?
Yeah.
I just love being active.
Yeah.
I love doing something. I have to be doing something. Otherwise, I just get bored and stuff like.
Yeah.
So I have to. And then I feel like my purpose, one of my purposes is just to show love, light, and make people feel better. That's what I want to do. I like making people feel better. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just from a young age, I've seen a lot of things that I thought this ain't right, man. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of things need to change.
Yeah.
Especially within our people as well.
Yeah.
So I think, that's one of my main purposes. You know what I mean? To like wake people up. Just to inspire people, do you know what I mean? Just by what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Things like that, do you know what I mean? Because that's what we need. Well, nice love, peace, and unity, and you know what I mean, and light. So
definitely
that's what it's about, man.
100% needed.
Man. So if I'm doing it, then it's going to inspire other people to be like that as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Be the example you want to see. So that's what I'm trying to do. See what I'm saying? And before the first clothing label, so only I did go away for a bit because I got into some madness and that.
Yeah.
And I came out and straight away in 2020 I started that clothing brand.
The first
one.
Yeah.
And I went back to work and everything because before that I did get into the selling like narcotics and things like that.
Yeah.
So I went away for like 11 and a half months and I came out.
Yeah.
And while I was in there I had the time to think like, you know what I mean, this set me, ain't coming back here again. Need to make change and just looking around the jail and that and I'm thinking, like everyone's lost out here, man. Like going back to this, you know what I mean? Not that I'm better than anyone, but I'm better than this. Like, God's given me a purpose, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like, I would look at it, everyone's on their own journey, innit?
Yeah.
And I had to go, I had to go through that.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? To do what I'm doing now. To see what, like, it's even doing to people as well, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now we just changed up the whole thing. You know what I mean? to get what I'm saying. So from 2020 I did that Recognize Real. Then after that we split. I think it was the beginning of this year.
Yeah.
And then I've been pushing this brand from the end of February.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How hard was it, right?
Yeah.
When you came back,
yeah,
right, to kind of like get back on track? Because you always hear the stories or, you know, what people push out there is that once you go off track, then that's your lane. But it isn't, you see, you can go away and come back and get back on track and make something of yourself.
Yeah, you make something good out of a bad situation.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I did. That's what I did while I was in there as well.
Yeah.
So I read more, got into my meditating and all them kind of things. And do you know what I mean? And learned a lot about myself.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And had that connection with like God in it. I think it's God that's brought me through a lot of stuff. But I think God's put me in certain places to show me that, like, do you know what I mean? Like, decent for you to get what I'm saying. So I'm gonna put you here, to make you realize, like, and make you analyze yourself, and then, do you know what I'm saying? So I think it all happened how it was meant to happen. It's not a good thing that happened, but I think like it kind of had to happen. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
For me to see certain things.
Sometimes in life, right, things happen to us for a reason, right? And I could be wrong. This is my own opinion, right? So I could be wrong, but just listening to you, right, it reinforces what I think, right? But I do think, right, in life, we don't have to be religious, you know. We don't have to like follow a specific religion.
Don't think you do, no.
But we have to believe in something, right? We didn't just come on earth, right? We didn't
Nothing comes out of nothing.
We just didn't just get here, right? So I always believe that you have to believe in something, right? And when you don't believe in nothing, you're kind of lost, right? And for you, just listening to your story, is that you went off track and went away. You've come back. But because that you've got that spiritual connection, there's a belief in, you know, that higher self.
Yeah, that's where it comes.
Right? You can now look at a situation and say to yourself, that's not me. Okay, I've gone through that situation, but I've got a connection, a spiritual connection that's going to help me get back on track. And that was a lesson, right, to set me up for what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
What kind of like, what's your thoughts on that?
I was always close to the Creator anyway, to the Most High. Always close.
Yeah.
Because I was baptized as a youth as well.
Yeah.
Just go Gibson Road in Handsworth and stuff. And
Okay.
I was baptized, to sing on the choir and everything, and then Friday things. And then my mum said one day, if you don't want to come back to church, I think it was 14 or something like that, then you don't have to come back. So I started to get fed up with it. And it's just like, don't get me wrong, got nothing against with the church or anything like that, but I felt like I wanted to expand more. I felt like I couldn't expand, like go beyond, because there's a lot more information that we need to tap into, that I think that we're only limited to what we can really look into. Do you know what I mean? So I thought, like, by me leaving there, I started to learn more about myself and like learn more about my roots and what we actually come from and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? So I think I had to do that. I had to do that. Because I thought, like, I don't know, I wouldn't say, like, I just feel like the church weren't really, it's good for discipline and bringing up your kids and stuff like that, but I just weren't able to expand on that. Do you know what I mean? You can delve into other things, because your mind's kind of like, me personally, in my opinion, I think your mind's kind of in a cage. You know what I mean?
And I'm glad you said that as well, because I always, to me, right, you kind of like, you first starting like in your childhood, right? You was exposed to the church. I think the beauty is that you had the option to say, well, if you don't want to come back, right, you don't have to. The church, right, I think, or even any religion, it starts you on a journey to say that there is something that's higher than us.
That's what I mean. I love that my nan was the way she was, because she set the foundation. I think that's what she's one of the reasons why I'm who I am today. You know what I mean? Because my nan was she's religious but very spiritual as well. Very spiritual. So a lot of it's coming from her, like how I am today still. So,
as a single father, right? Do you think that we've lost that as well in terms of some of our parenting? Right, especially as, like, you know, parents become younger. We're losing that kind of like foundation, grounding, because in anything you've got to start the foundation. Right, set some form of tone. Then the kids will find their own way. Right, but you've got to set like a baseline of a tone, a starting point for them. Do you think that it's important that we need to bring into the family home to say, look, this is the standard, or this is the baseline, this is the foundation that I'm setting for you? So when you go out and you start making your decisions in life, this is this is the foundation that you're coming from. You may not follow my teaching, but there's certain values and morals that I've instilled in you that you're gonna carry into your adulthood.
Yeah, I talk. Me and my son talk about God a lot anyway.
Yeah,
and stuff like that, and always say to him that he's a God himself. Do you know what I mean? Always make sure that uplift him. Say that you're a king. You know, when he goes to school, say you're a king. Remember you're a king and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? And whenever you're in trouble and that, just hold the meds in it. I'll say to him. Meditate and stuff like that, which he does sometimes. And he's very. I say he's spiritual. He's very spiritual. He's into his crystals and that, because I'm into my crystals and that as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he has got a connection with God as well. Definitely has got a connection with God as well.
Yeah.
He's always asking and stuff like that. So, and he sees the way I am as well.
Yeah.
So yeah. And I always tell him that I find God in nature and stuff and that. So he likes to go out in nature and that as well.
Yeah.
And I watch him sometimes. He's just sitting there thinking. I'm thinking, what's he thinking about?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I know what you mean. Like, a foundation does need to be set, but not pushed on them. So they can find them way. The only thing we can do is give them advice in it.
Yeah.
Show them the way and that.
Yeah.
But the way it's being done, like over the years, like if you're born into a Christian family, you're a Christian.
Yeah.
If you're born into a Muslim family, you're a Muslim. It shouldn't be like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No.
Because God put us here about our own free will. Do you know what I mean? To do what we not to do what we. Well, to do what we want to do, then basically, and make our own decisions.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Yes, another religion's a bit of a
yeah. And you know, we're bringing up, right?
Yeah.
Especially a young boy.
Yeah.
What are your worries? Because in society, you can see what's happening in society.
Yeah.
When the kids leave to go school or anything, you're worried. You're worried, right? How do you combat things in terms of the conversations that you have with your son, in terms of how he's moving in the community, you know, going to school, even things like mobile phones? They've got their mobile phones and so forth, and we never know what they're doing with their mobile phones. But how do you? I wouldn't say police it, but how do you keep like a distance and monitoring what's going on without stifling him and, you know, him feeling trapped?
Okay. Now and again, I'll have a look and see what he's looking at.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'll tell him about what he's looking at and why he shouldn't be looking at it and things like that.
Yeah.
But I'm not in there like that, like...
Yeah.
Because I got to let him do his own thing as well, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because the more and more you're on them, they rebel. I've learned that.
Yes.
To get what I'm saying.
100%, man.
So I got to let him do his thing as well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like, just try and do the best I can with him, tell him not to get involved in things that he doesn't need to get involved in as well.
Yeah.
When it comes to school and situations and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And walk away and just just try and be the best he can in it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Just to watch who's hanging around with.
Yeah.
And like the obvious things, like if people are offering you vapes and all that kind of madness and all that, not to have it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Try and instill that in him from now. Do you know what I mean?
Because the vape thing, right, that's kind of like getting out there a lot.
Yeah.
I associate that. Remember back in the day, those alcohol pops?
Yeah.
That's how I associate vaping.
Vaping, yeah, it's mad at it.
Because it's all like, it's marketed towards kids with all the flavors and the colors and everything.
But what's going on there then? Because I think the worse than fags.
Yeah.
Worse than fags and that. So, and it's like, if you go back to when they were saying cigarettes were good for you and this and that and then start to find out that it was killing people. Yeah. It's the same thing they do with the pens. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, I don't trust anything that's over advertised anyway, and that's put out there too much. There's always an agenda to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, why they're over advertising something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, so yeah, I try and keep him away from them things. I always say to him, anything that you see over advertised when it comes to food or anything like that, don't mess with it. Because there's a reason why they're doing that.
That's a good point, you know.
Yeah.
It's a good point. I didn't think of that, right? But it
Yeah.
is a good point, to be fair.
See what I mean? So, but I can't control everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like he still plays his little GTA and them kind of things and that with his friends and that. So you know what I mean? So I can't stop that. But
You can't stop at everything,
Yeah.
and you have to be realistic.
Yeah,
You have to be realistic, right? And if you try and stop at everything, all they'll do is do it behind your back,
yeah,
right? Because they'll find a way of doing it anyway.
yeah.
Right? So it's about having those open conversations with them, innit? How about the food situation? Because I want to go back to the Ital food, right?
Yeah.
And your transition from meat eater and fish.
Yeah.
Because I can imagine, right, especially with that kind of food,
Yeah.
the biggest part is preparation,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
How do you find it, like the preparation of the food and getting your food prepared? Because
I love
you
it.
always have to ensure that everything's fresh, or you're buying all fresh produce and stuff like that.
I just like I've got a market that I go to, so I buy a lot of my fruit and veg from like the Asians and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because it's just proper, it's more organic and it's coming in overseas and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's where I get a lot of my stuff. And well, I'm actually going to the wholesale market this morning at 3:30 in the morning to go and have a look.
Is it?
Yeah. So I'm gonna go there, see what's going on. But yeah, when it comes to cooking it and preparing it and stuff like that, it's a form of meditation for me as well.
Is it?
Yeah, I like cooking.
Yeah.
So it it helps me a lot.
And does your son eat it as well, or does he eat meat and
He eats
fish?
both. He eats both.
Yeah.
He doesn't really eat meat. He eats more fish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have to prepare like fish for your son, and then you prepare the stuff for yourself as well.
I don't really cook him that like, because like my mum prepares all that fish and that for him and stuff like that. And I prepare like vegan food and that for him as well.
Yeah.
Well, plant-based food, should I say?
Yeah.
Because vegan's a different thing to plant-based.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Vegan's all that processed stuff. It's a different thing to Ital.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, but I do prepare him food and that as well.
Yeah.
And he eats my food as well. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
So how long have you been eating Ital, like strictly Ital food?
Ital foods. Say about coming up to 6 years. It's January coming.
Yeah.
Coming up to 6 years. Yeah.
Was the transition hard? Because I don't eat meat. Right. I'm just a fish eater.
Yeah.
Right. I did find the transition hard. I did try and transition to vegan or plant-based.
Yeah.
I found that difficult. I think more in the preparation I found.
Yeah, you can't just transition like that. You got to know what you're doing and do your research and all that. Because you can become ill as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because meat and all them things is actually an addiction.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So your body kind of feeds for it after when you stop eating it.
Mm.
So you got to gradually wean yourself off of it, I would say.
Yeah.
And then transition.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So when you say that you have to, because it's dangerous, right? And you have to do your research.
Yeah.
For someone watching or listening, if they were thinking of going on a plant-based, diet, what would you recommend for them in terms of like how to start that journey or start that transition?
First, you got to balance, innit? You got to have a balanced diet.
Yeah.
So if you're eating all that stuff as well, eat lots of veg and stuff and that as well to balance it out, innit?
Yeah.
And then gradually just eat more veg and low, and then basically reduce your meat intake and that.
Yeah.
That's how I did it, do you know what I mean? Gradually.
Yeah.
And then gradually just cut everything out and then just went plant-based. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, just did it like that, yeah.
And do you shop weekly or is it daily? Because there's
weekly.
things, right, it has a sell-by that, they go off quite quick,
I'd say weekly.
Yeah.
Yeah, weekly.
So you kind of like prep your food for
I'll
the
cook a
week.
big pot and it will last me like 2 days.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes 3.
Yeah.
But like you got the easier things as well, like lentils and them kind of things and that.
Yeah.
Like once you cook them and that, put them in the fridge, that's what ages and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean?
So what's your go-to dish? Like if you was going to prepare a special dish, this is your speciality. What is the one
I couldn't really say because I'm very like I'm creative. It's like whatever's in the kitchen, whatever's there,
Yeah.
I'm gonna bang it together and make something happen.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, I walk into a shop and I'll be like, all right, then what am I gonna get today? What can I make today? And that, what can go with this? What can go with that? I like creating. It's like an art to me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I like playing with it. So
Yeah.
it's not really, but I do love. I'd say I do love stews and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I do love for stews and things like that. And,
Okay.
curries. Love mushrooms. Yeah, I love all my greens. All my greens, yeah. But I do have a lot of smoothies as well. Sometimes I just have days and I just have pure fruit.
Throughout the whole day?
Yeah, just pure fruit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like to drink a lot of beetroot, a lot.
Yeah.
Boro bananas. I blend up a lot of boros, but they're like the small bananas.
What one are they like the African ones?
Yeah, like proper bananas, like substance in them when you eat them, compared to like the big bananas are like water based. So when you eat these bananas, they're like different.
What's the difference with the Boro bananas? Then what's the health benefits of
more
them?
substance to them. There's just more. There's a lot more going on with them.
Yeah.
There's a lot more potassium. There's a lot more everything in them.
Yeah.
Like the big bananas that you find in like these big supermarkets like Asda's and all that, they're all mass produced and it's all watered down.
Yeah.
So it loses a lot of the properties and it's all lab grown and all them kind of things and that. Because it's the mass producing in it. Do you know what I mean?
So where do you purchase the Boro bananas from? Is that the markets?
I purchase them from like, you can get from like, I'm sure Sunrise does it, Cape Hill.
Yeah.
And then I go to a place called Golden's on Stratford Road.
Yeah.
Spark Hill.
Yeah.
And they're doing me there as well. And there's a few shops down there that do them as well.
Yeah.
That's where you find them, yeah.
Do you find though, and I don't know if it was like in the early days when you transitioned over, or do you find it now?
Yeah.
The energy levels, because sometimes I find my energy levels are low. When I converted from meat, my energy levels were low, and I was getting headaches and that as well.
Yeah, because your body's used to something, innit?
Yeah,
your body's used to the meat all the time, so that's what I mean when I say to people, you got to wean yourself off gradually.
Yeah.
Because if you just come off so much straight away, your body's like shocked and that, like, whoa, I'm not getting that anymore. I'm getting this.
Yeah.
They give me a chance to get off of that. Do you know what I mean? So your body gets used to things. Yeah, so.
Okay. And with the fruit, then if you go through days where you're just having fruit, do you find that your energy levels are lower, you like headaches and that, or?
No, you know.
Just
because I think like you condition your body as well.
Yeah.
So like, say like I got brethrens that like, they were like, say like some of my brethrens, they won't eat from like 12 at night through till 8 p.m. the next day. Yeah. And then between 8 and 12, they would just eat. And then after that, they would just have CMOS throughout to the next day. But within that 2 weeks, you're going to get hunger pains and your body's going to start reacting to it. But after them 2 weeks, your body just like adjusts itself. Yeah. And it gets used to it. So like with my body, it's adjusted to like just having fruit and things like that, having minimal food. Yeah. Instead of all the food that I was having before. Like the conditioning, like you got to have 3 meals a day. You don't have to have 3 meals a day. It's when you feel hungry. Yeah. You know what I mean? You eat for nutrition, do you know what I mean? Yeah. So yeah, that's how I do it. That's how I do it. So, yeah.
You know, with the CMOS.
Yeah.
Right. Again, for the listeners. Yeah. What are the health benefits of CMOS?
Well, the big one is your body runs on 102 minerals. Yeah. That gives you 92 of them. Okay. So you're getting practically nearly everything. Yeah. And it dissolves the mucus within your body and that as well. Okay. Which a lot of diseases and things come from is mucus. Yeah. Good for colds, them kind of things. Good for even muscle repair and that. The people that go to the gym, I know people that are taking it and they go to the gym and that, and it's working for them. Yeah. Yeah. It's good for your skin, good for your hair, it's good for your eyes. Do you know what I mean?
Is that something and you take it every day? Is it recommended?
Yeah, sometimes I have breaks off it because I take other things like I take chlorella, which really works well for me. It's like a green powder. Yeah. That gives you a lot of stuff that your body needs. So if you're someone that doesn't eat a lot of greens anyway, I'd recommend having that chlorella.
And where is that from? Like Holland and Barrett?
Yeah, you get it from places like that, or I get it off somewhere. I get it online. Yeah. You can get it off Etsy's, but you got to have a good source for it. You can't just get it from anywhere. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And alfalfa powder is another good one that I use.
What's that?
Alfalfa powder. Yeah. I think it's native to Africa and other parts of the world, but that there is got. That's what they give to the horses when they want to build them back up after 2 weeks.
Is it?
Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When they start racing and that, it's got everything.
Yeah.
It's really good, really, really good.
Okay.
That's one of the powders that I've started messing with. Ashwagandha, I have that every day. I have maca every day.
Oh, maca powder.
Yeah.
That's supposed to be good as well.
It's good, for your stamina, everything.
Yeah.
So that's all food as well. That's what I'm saying. So that's what's incorporated into my diet as well.
So when you say that you have these every day, do you have them in smoothies and that, or
So
like
when I wake
in water?
up, I'll have chlorella with alfalfa powder. I'll mix that with water.
Yeah.
Mix that with water and I'll back that. And
Yeah.
I probably won't have anything until about 11:30, then times 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then I'll probably have something solid. Or I have another smoothie instead of having something solid. Then I'll just keep on going through the day. Then I might have something solid and then that's it. Do you know what I mean? Or some days I can just go through with just fruit and smoothies.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Especially when you got CMS in there, because that's like a food supplement anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So did you, because you're talking about a lot of stuff, right?
Yeah.
Right. Did you have to research that for your own body as well? So if anyone was to start that journey, would they have to research it for their own body?
Yeah. Because at the same time, everybody's body's different as well.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? So something that works for me is not necessarily going to work for you. But if you look into it, a lot of the things that I'm taking does work for a lot of people. Do you know what I mean? But I'm trying them not to just copy people because it's working for them. Do the research first.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they work well for me. They work well for me.
Might start researching some of those stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Because I imagine, right, that, you know, when you start that journey there, that's another transition in terms of you're looking after your body and being more in tune with some of the stuff that your body needs. Okay.
Yeah.
Have you always been like that though, in terms of food wise, or is it just something that over the years you've started to think about more?
I'd say, you see that, when it comes to the meat as well, I never felt like it was okay to eat animals as well. So that was one of the reasons why I transitioned as well.
Yeah.
Because for me personally, I feel it. I feel it for them.
Yeah.
Because they do have a nervous system. They do feel. And I think everything has a purpose as well.
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
But the way people are eating meat today is not how our ancestors were eating meat. Do you know what I mean? It was occasions or a celebration or once every month or something like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I think that's why a lot of us are becoming ill as well.
Yeah.
Eating totally wrong.
Yeah.
And our makeup, black people's bodies are very different. So a lot of the medication that they give black people in the hospitals and them kind of things and that as well is not compatible with us at the same time.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it's about finding different. We need to go back to our roots in the sense.
Yeah. But you know what? In today's society, though, in all this fast pace, having the meat and that, it's easy. It's kind of easy, especially when you're looking deprived areas.
Yeah.
There's a fast food shop on every couple of yards. You walk down, there's a fast food shop there, so it's easier. And the meat as well. Sometimes it's easier to just prepare it.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. But if you look into it, a lot of the leaves and the things that you see coming through the brickwork and on the road and all them kind of things, you can eat a lot of that stuff.
Yeah,
be conditioned to think that don't eat any fruit or veg, because it's mad. Some countries I was looking they're saying they're starving and poor. They've got loads of fruit in abundance around them, but because there's not a lot of animals there, they're not eating. It just don't make sense to me.
Yeah.
The land is very fruitful if you study everything and that. Do you know what I mean? The land is very fruitful.
Yeah.
When you go out to even I went to Melbourne Hills the other day. My friend showed me different things that I can eat. There's different leaves that are there you can eat. That even the nettles, can make soup out of the nettles. There's all sorts of abundance out there.
Yeah.
You're not educated about that. Do you know what I mean?
I was watching something about mushrooms.
Yeah, mushrooms.
Right. And they were talking about the benefits of mushrooms. Not the psychedelic side of it, right? But the benefits of mushrooms.
They're all powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mushrooms are that's medicine, every single one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, every single one of them. I'm still learning about them myself as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because there's oh god, there was somebody, right, and I think he was one of the like a boxer or cage fighter or something, and he was promoting these line of mushrooms as well. So it's like they're using them in the gym now, like as some form of like
Yeah,
supplements.
you get extracts and all that kind of thing.
Yeah,
And then you
yeah,
get like lion's mane. Lion's mane is very good. It grows back the nerves in in your brain and stuff like that. They're saying they're going to use it with Alzheimer's patients as well.
is it?
Yeah, yeah, it works. It grows back like the neurons and all like the transmitters or whatever in your brain and stuff, and that's been proven.
What's that? Lion's mane.
Yeah, lion's mane. Yeah,
Okay.
lion's mane. It's a very good one. That is, and there's thousands of species of them, and a lot of them cure different things.
Yeah,
And the thing about mushrooms, they're a powerful thing because the mushrooms underneath the earth, the mushroom is the motherboard. So
Yeah.
all the plants and trees and everything communicate through the mushrooms.
is it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like a spider. The mushrooms form like a spider web, and
Yeah.
it connects everything underground, the trees, the plants, everything. That's how they communicate.
With what, the mushrooms?
Yeah, yeah. The mushrooms, the motherboard.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's mad. They're powerful still. And if you plug things into them, people have had sound coming from them as well.
From mushrooms?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I've not heard that.
Yeah,
I didn't know that,
yeah,
you know.
yeah. They're powerful, you know. They're very powerful things.
Because
Medicine.
when you see them as well, because
Yeah.
some of them are like there's some poisonous ones as well in it, and
Yeah, I went and what did I do the other day? It's Amanita. That's a very powerful one.
mushroom.
Yeah, yeah. People have just recently went picking them. I think it's the end of the season now.
Yeah,
My friend took some. He says it cured his cold, everything, and that. I've
is
been
it?
having something give me a boost, and that's why we liquefied it. It's called Amanita,
Yeah,
and it gives you a boost, but it goes with how you're feeling as
Yeah.
well. It's the different mushrooms. they're different. I'm trying to study them more, but they cure a lot of things, man.
yeah.
And there's a lot of different ones out there.
So where do you find them? Are they kind of like just growing, or do you have to
they're
go
in
and buy
nature,
them
just in
somewhere?
nature. Like Licky Hills, people have told me different destinations, like there's groups,
Yeah,
and there's mushroom groups where they tell you where to pick different ones and that.
yeah.
Yeah, certain times of the year and stuff like that.
Because to me, I'll be honest with you, they all look the same.
Yeah, yeah.
They all do look the same. But I suppose then, if you're saying that, and these mushroom groups,
Yeah.
they can tell which one's which, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. They're called foragers, so people go out and forage in it,
Yeah.
and they look for mushrooms and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are they? Can you buy them, or is it just you have to go in nature and
You have
find
to
them?
like so you get like things like Liberty Caps. They only come around like September, October times, like, and then you get like the Amanitas.
Yeah.
You see like come around the Christmas trees and all them kind of things. The red and white ones. That's where
Yes.
the red and white is coming from. The Amanitas. That's
Oh.
to grow around them trees.
See.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So yeah.
What did they do? What did them ones do?
Well, like we dry them out in it.
Yeah.
So dry them out and just have it like as a micro dose in it. But if you used to have the whole thing and dry it out properly, you'd be tripping. So so you gotta know what you're doing in it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But to me personally, I'm gonna say like mushrooms take you to a higher consciousness if you know what you're doing with them.
Yeah.
Certain ones.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So definitely something that people should look into.
One person was talking. I correct me if I'm wrong,
Yeah.
but they were saying that they're kind of like they're like living things.
Yeah, they are. They are living things.
Yeah.
Definitely living things.
Okay.
It's mad. It's yeah, man, the powerful, like there's some sort of connection to the curator and the ancestors through mushrooms, definitely.
That's what I was listening to. I was listening to somebody that talks a lot about mushrooms, and they were talking about the connection to ancestors, the creators, but also talking on the lines of like angels and stuff as well.
Yeah.
But because I didn't really understand it a lot,
Yeah.
right? Because it kind of like was blowing my mind a little bit, so I didn't really understand it.
Yeah, it's some medicine, man, and it kind of rewires your brain. It upgrades you as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. It definitely does. And I know people that suffer with mental health and certain things and have took that and are a lot better now.
Yeah.
Even the NHS are talking about it as well.
The mushrooms.
Yeah. They're talking about it because I think we've been conditioned to think that, oh yeah, you take magic mushrooms, you're gonna jump out the window. That's all I've ever heard, like growing up and them kind of things.
That's the
But
thing.
the reason I think we're being conditions and why they don't allow it, they don't want it out there, 'cause it's taking people to a higher consciousness, and they don't want that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my opinion on it.
We might have to bring, because I know we veered off, right? But
Yeah.
I'm quite inquisitive, right? So when I hear something, I want to like know more, right? And that's why with some of these conversations, I veer off a little bit, right? Because you touched on the mushrooms, like I'm interested in that. I want to know a little bit more. We may have to bring you back on this pod, you know, just to talk about mushrooms, man. To go through this, because it's interesting.
Yeah,
The mushroom thing is interesting, to be fair. So back to the clothing line, right? Because we've veered off a lot, right? But it's interesting. It is interesting. Where do you see the clothing line going now? What is your kind of like future direction of travel? Yeah.
So basically, it's like I said, it's not just a brand; it's a movement as well.
Yeah.
So do want to turn it into a CIC.
Yeah.
Well. So where I'm doing walks.
Yeah.
Under the name Higher Self.
Yeah.
Retreats. Do you know what I mean? Like mental health things.
Yeah.
I've even getting yoga and stuff like that, and getting funding for like staying away and just, do you know what I mean? Getting people out into nature and then kind of things and that, and just having a positive impact.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I've been invited to certain events and stuff like that, and I've seen like, this can be like a way of uplifting the youths and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Making them see another side to life. Instead of like all these hood rich and trap star. Nothing against them, like, but like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Something different. Like
I think it's good because it's about identity.
Yeah.
Right. It's about the identity and creating your own identity for, you know, as you said, it's bigger than a clothing line. It's a way of life.
Yeah.
Right. And even if you look at some of those, you know, those outdoor shops that sell things.
Yeah.
When you look at those things that they sell, it's more of a way of life. Yeah. It's not the clothes that they're selling now. People go to some of those outdoor shops because they're going hiking or they're going to buy a tent or whatever.
Yeah.
It's a way of life. It's that culture. Do you have a team around you that works with, you know, your clothing brand?
Yeah, I've got some good friends that help me and stuff like that. Help me with the brand and that. They do support me a lot. Yeah. So I've got people like you know, like Zimbo.
Oh yeah.
Yes, one of my good friends and that. So he helps me out a lot and stuff. Regarding the clothing, he lets me use his resources.
Oh, that's good.
Kind of things and that.
Yeah.
And his cousin's a good help to me and that as well. We just help out each other. Like he has meetings and questions for me and that for certain things that he does, so I help him out. Yeah. So we have got kind of like something going on in the background. Like a men's group that we're trying to form. Yeah. Where we help each other with all our resources. And if you've got a business, I can use your resources. Or if I've got this, you can use that. Yeah. Just trying to form something, like bringing black men together. Do you know what I'm saying? That's
powerful, you know. That is powerful because we don't do that enough. You know, like in our community as black men, we're kind of like guarded. Like, this is mine. I'm doing it. This is mine. I'm not letting anybody in. If I do let anyone in, they have to know that I'm the leader.
That's what we need to get away from. Everyone wants to be the leader. It's not that. It's not that anymore. Yeah. You need unity. That's what it is. For us to do. And not just the black things, right? Everybody, white and Asian. Yeah. But I think like need to set the foundation first with black people to try and get them into a room first and to work together. Because that is the issue with black people that don't really like working together. Yeah. I wouldn't say black people because you get the Eritreans, like say like the Somalians and then kind of people and the Africans that come in and they just kill it straight away. They just set up shop and they just work together and that, and they got businesses everywhere. Yeah. So there's something with us like we need to come together. Yeah. Like I'd say like I've seen it like more with the Caribbean or Jamaican background. We're not connected like how we should be connected. Yeah. So I think that's something that needs to be done.
Do you think that's a root of like the trauma that we've been in? Because if you look at our elder generation, they've been through their own trauma, right? either back home
Yeah.
or coming over here as well. They've been through their own trauma. Then it's kind of like passed down generation.
Yeah.
And then if you look at our community, we're kind of like separated in different areas,
Yeah.
right? It's all separated for whatever reason. But it's like because of the trauma of all that, we don't trust each other. We don't trust someone that looks like ourselves. We both look like each other, right? But then, because of probably trauma, we may not want to trust each other.
Yeah.
But I think it's good that you've touched on, and it's something that I'm want to try and push on this platform.
Yeah.
Is how you says that you've got a group of people that's helping you, right? Because that's something that it's not really promoted, and no one would see that. Like I would have never known unless you said that, Zimbo's helping you in the background. I would never know that, right? But it's good to promote that, you see, because then you might say, oh, Zimbo does this, or he's got this access for you to do this, and then vice versa. Do you know what I mean? But we don't promote that enough,
No, we don't promote it. But at the same time, a lot of people want to support me as well because of the name as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because a lot of people I speak to them about it and they're like, yeah, that's powerful. I'm on that.
Yeah.
It's different. Do you know what I mean? Or push that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So a lot of people, I've had a lot of support. I have had a lot of support from people, which I'm grateful for. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah.
How do you protect now the identity of the brand? Because in the sense of, I always see, right, when I see things on social media, right, I can see where there's an upward trajectory.
Yeah.
I think for you, right, and your brand, I can see it being big. Like I can see it really getting big because of the stuff that you're getting involved in, the walks, the nature walks. It's all about higher self. That feeds into the mental health of people, which is big at the moment. The food section as well, even how you're articulating yourself around, the benefits of different powders, benefits of mushrooms and so forth. It's definitely a direction of travel.
Yeah.
As you start traveling now and you have more people on board, you may have to now start protecting and ensuring that the brand stays as this and not veering off to different directions because, someone may say to you, wow, let's try this or let's market this and so forth.
I've had things like, you should use trendy music and all that on Instagram and all that kind of things. But I'm saying, nah, my thing is like when I'm pushing something, I want it to have like a message within the music as well. Do you know what I mean? Something positive and that.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm stubborn. I ain't gonna do that because a lot of people have told me to do that. Play something more trendy, more catchy. But nah, I'm not going it. I'm not doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because if I wanted to, a lot of people like drill and then kind of could use drill music, but I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah.
Because to me, I don't agree with drill music.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I'm not gonna do that. So I'm being true to myself. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think it's definitely the direction of travel is definitely working for you because I don't often post on things, right?
Yeah.
But then when you put something out on your post, right, and you said, I think it was, what does higher self mean to you, or what is your definition of higher self?
Yeah.
It got me thinking, and I responded. I responded, and I put what it meant to me.
Yeah.
And those are the little things, right, that I say it's unique.
Yeah.
It's unique that you're doing. And it's about how you're just ensuring that you're protecting that as well, that uniqueness and driving, because that's what's going to allow your, whether it's a brand or a movement that's going to allow it to get big.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotta keep pushing.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to go to, the question from our previous guest.
Yeah.
Right. I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know what this question is.
Who was that, Black Rose?
Yes. No.
Oh, no, it's not.
No. In fact, was it? Let's have a look, because we've had a few since then.
Oh, have you?
Yeah. Let's have a look. Yes, it was.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
So, this is the question. Let's go for it now. Let me read it first. Oh, okay. um, if you could do something different, what would it be and why? And in brackets, it is as in a career,
As in
differently in terms of a career. So you've got your entrepreneur hat on,
Yeah.
and you're doing your clothing. But if you could do something differently, I should say, what would it be and why?
We did do something different. Yeah. It's a hard one for me because I think everything happens for a reason.
Yeah,
I just go with the flow.
yeah,
I think like things are the way they are because they're meant to be like that. Do
yeah,
you know what I mean? So I can't really look back and think, oh, I should have done this like that, or done that like that. That's the past now.
yeah.
I'm in the present. But
If it was a different career,
if it was,
what different? If you could do a different career,
yeah,
what would it be?
if I could do a different career,
Yeah,
like traveling. Well, how that wouldn't be like a career though, would it? I can't really think of what I would do differently though, to be honest.
yeah.
What else would I want to do?
So probably something in the travel industry.
Yeah, probably something. Probably, yeah. Yeah. I like sightseeing and things like that. So I could probably do something within like, you know what? Do like photography.
Yeah,
Yeah, and doing videos.
Yeah.
Which you've seen, like editing videos and things like that.
yeah. I saw that.
Yeah. So like, yeah, I could do something like that. I could do something like that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And in terms of career as well, while you was just saying that, because I know someone that does, they do like mountain climbs.
Yeah.
Right. They really like doing mountain climbs. And what they've done, there's some form of course that you can do.
Yeah.
Where you can be a guide, like a mountain guide or like a tour guide or something, and you go on different walks and you will guide people basically.
That's kind of what I want to do though when I make it a CIC as well.
Yeah.
Like under the higher self in it. So do them higher self walks and be guiding people.
Yeah.
So yeah. I could look into something. Well, I am going to look into that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what, right? And we definitely want to get you back up on here, right, for another show. Number one, right, to talk about the mushrooms in more detail.
Yeah.
Right. Because you've got my mind running about these mushrooms, right?
Yeah.
But also, I do want to get you back on the show to talk about like the men's group, like the group, and even if it's a group, that we're gonna really talk and see how we're helping each other, you know, and what's the why is it important? Because I do think now, right, that is a narrative that we really need to start pushing, right, as men. We don't talk a lot, right? We don't talk to each other a lot, let alone we probably see each other on the road, right? And we just do a little head nod or something or a little, and that's it. And we keep it moving. But when we unite together, it can be powerful because we can elevate each other in different ways. Like your brand now, you know, bring you on this podcast and we just elevate your brand so that it's all over the place. And, you know, if people phone me and say, look, I need this, or I'm interested in walks, now I can signpost them to you and say, look, my man's there.
And vice versa. I'll tell other people about your podcast as well.
Yeah.
Tell them to jump on it, which I've been doing over the weekend to many people.
Yeah.
So just getting you more awareness as well. So we just help each other. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about.
I think that's what we definitely need to. And I said it before. I know that, you know, we celebrate Black history. Yeah. Right. But we have to celebrate our future history as well that we're creating.
Because I think with the Black history, right, that I think it's a tool for them to like just bring us back and think, okay, you remember you come from slavery. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Which is not really a good thing. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. And like going back to school and that as well, that kind of brought me, like not brought me down, but like it didn't uplift me. Yeah. In any way. Yeah. So it makes me think like, what is Black history actually really there for? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
It reminds you again. You know you have to
yeah,
kind of like know about your
you gotta know
history,
about
where you
yourself.
come
Yeah,
from,
yeah,
but you don't want to be constantly reminded that you was less than,
yeah.
because we're not
Because
now.
we're not.
We're not.
But that's the lies we've been told as well.
Yeah.
We're very powerful.
Yeah.
We are very, very powerful, and that's
Yeah.
why they have to keep putting things like that to keep us down.
Mm.
Because if we unify and we come together,
Yeah.
then it's problems, isn't it?
Big problems.
So they can't have that.
Yeah, big problems.
Yeah.
You know what I want to start doing? In fact, I am going to start doing it on here.
Yeah.
Right? Is because this Black History Month, right, is about sisterhood, right, and celebrating sisters.
Yeah.
But what I'm gonna want to start doing, and probably will start it from today, is celebrating our brothers as well.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and I know I'm just throwing this at you now, right? So you may not be thinking, and it doesn't have to be anyone famous, right? It could be somebody that's in your circle, right?
You know what? I want my Bridget to come in here as well. Told him, watch really every man here.
Yeah,
yeah.
We'll get him on, man.
We'll watch his next level. Yeah.
we'll get him on, man.
And he knows a lot more about the mushrooms.
Is he?
Yeah. He's proper studied them. I'll tell you a story about him. So I wouldn't mind me saying this anyway, but he had meningitis in it.
Okay.
He was wheelchair bound.
Yeah.
He got himself out of wheelchair, studying herbs and the shrooms and that. He's a living testament. Yeah, so saying a man like him.
Yeah.
He delivered 6 of his own youths at his yard.
Is it?
Yeah. All homeschooled.
These are the things, we definitely need to talk about that.
Yeah.
We'll get him on. We'll get him on, man. After the show today, right? We'll communicate and see how we can make that happen.
Even if you got both of us on at the same time.
There you go. There you go. Let's do it, man. Let's get it. I'm gonna hold you to that now. It's on camera, people. Yeah. You can see, right, that's a future episode.
Yeah.
So,
if my friends, I've got a few people. I've got too many people.
Yeah. See, so we can get it now all put together, right, and have everyone on the couch and a reasoning.
Yeah, reasoning.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
Let's do that before the end of the year.
I'm a friend. I don't know if you heard of a Dragon Priestess.
No.
Vegan Alex.
No.
She used to have the Earth's Kitchen in town.
I think so, I'm sure I reached out to them.
Yeah.
I think I reached out.
Earth's Kitchen. There's quite a few people. Even my friend Alka as well. Medicine Lounge.
I haven't heard of.
Yeah. Like spiritual people. Don't know a lot about the shrooms and everything and that sort.
We can have a group discussion then, really. We can have a group discussion.
Yeah.
Around mushrooms. Let's do it, man. Let's do that right before the end of the year. Let's try and do it. If we can't get it before the end of the year, because I know everyone's busy. Early part of Jan, we need to do that.
Yeah, we just get who we can here and then go from there, man. But there's a lot of things like that needs to be spoken about, and I think I've got a few people. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 4 or 5 people that would happily come here and talk.
Yeah. Let's raise that awareness, man. Let's raise that awareness.
Yeah.
Right, I've been saying that, right? Going back to the question, who would you celebrate, right? Who inspires you?
Who inspires me?
It could be a brother in our community. It doesn't have to be no one famous, but it could be, somebody that's close to you or someone that you see on social media.
19 Keys.
Yeah. Somebody spoke about that as well, to me.
Next level.
Yeah.
yeah. He's next level still.
Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely recommend you watch him.
Yeah.
Yeah. The way he drops episodes every day and he's getting the message out there, what needs to be out there, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'd say he inspires me a lot. He talks about your higher self and that a lot as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you got man like Yaki.
I've heard.
He's good as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. And obviously man like Sebi that have passed away and people like that. Do you know what I mean? And there's a lot. But a lot of people like Mansa Musa inspires me as well.
Yeah.
I believe I'm a king as well.
Yeah,
So you know what I mean? And I like the way he was, like how he gave his gold to the poor, to the wealthy, even disabled Egypt.
Yeah.
He went to Mecca and gave out, you know what I mean? He had all the gold in the world. He's still the richest man ever to this date.
Yeah.
That's what needs to be celebrated in Black history.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes, man. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I mean, our final question,
Yeah.
right, which we ask all our guests.
Yeah.
If you could go back, right, and speak to a younger self, what would you say to him?
What would I say to him? I'd say follow yourself, innit? Be yourself.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Don't try and fit in.
Yeah.
Be authentic. Be unique. Because everybody has a purpose, and God didn't put me here to do the same as you. Do you know what I mean? That's what makes us special. So just be yourself. That's what I got to say.
Yeah.
To get me.
Yeah. Bless, man. Thanks for coming up, man. It's a prayer. I know that you're a very busy man, right? And so thank you for coming up and spending the time. I've definitely learned something today. And I do want to dig deeper into mushrooms, right? So we have to sort that episode out, right? And have like a group discussion on it, because I do want to know more about it.
Because I think what my brethren would want to do is, right, that would be a way of them getting out other things that needs to be spoken about as well. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, it could work still. It might definitely work.
We'll set that up, man. We'll set that up.
Yeah.
Listen, bless. Thanks for coming up, man. And we're gonna get you to writing our book, right, and sort out the question for our next guest.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Bless them. Yeah.